So it was pointed out to me that we made something, kind of a boo-boo last episode. Something that I should have done that I didn't even think about, and I don't know why I didn't think about it. I literally made a tutorial on this stuff. This thing right here, it can be upgraded so much, so that's what we're about to do. So you may recall from one of my tutorials that we did this annihilation plane setup, and I used it for harvesting Certus quartz, but today we're going to be using it for harvesting ores, and I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this bad boy up to Fortune 10. I don't know how much the efficiency upgrades do for it, so I'm not going to worry about that right now, but we are going to go ahead and get that fortune going and try and set up a subnet over here for mining ores. And as a matter of fact, if I remember how the annihilation plane works, we don't even need a subnet. I should be able to just go like this, and it'll just fortune anything that gets above it. So it just broke the block that was above it right there, which happened to be a cyan block. But right now I've got diamond ore in here, and if I turn that on, yeah, it's just going to break that diamond ore. And then I can turn this guy all the way up to minimum, and yeah. That's so much better. I don't know why I didn't think of that last episode, but thank you to StaTech for pointing out that mistake. I think last episode must have just been the episode of missing the obvious. I discovered this as well, this red garnet stuff that you get from mining ruby ore. You can use that to basically skip the regular recipe for getting manganese dust. So I can go like this, send this red garnet through a macerator, get that red garnet dust, send that through a centrifuge, get the sespertine, and then send that through an electrolyzer and get some manganese. So I think we're going to try and set that up as well. And that will kind of allow me to get chromium from the other recipe and then also get some of that manganese from basically from the same ore. Yeah, so I went ahead and replaced this macerator right here with a red garnet one instead of doing ruby dust. Because honestly, we're getting plenty of ruby dust from this centrifuge redstone right here. We've got more than enough of that, so I'm going to continue with this recipe and let our ore processing thing over here actually get me that red garnet that we're going to need. Of course, it's going to take a while before we start getting into it, but that's okay. We've got 308, so that'll get, a little bit at least going. And I don't know why. Oh, I got to set it to auto output. So yeah, we're going to start processing that and then just outputting into these drawers right here. All right, it's a little complicated because I did end up using some cables instead of just my ME network to kind of keep everything in this area. But basically right here, I have the, what is this, red garnet dust being pulled out of this one. And this is being put into a centrifuge right here, which outputs into the drawer above it. And then that drawer has a filtered item pipe coming out of that, pulling that sespertine and putting it into this electrolyzer right here, which makes manganese dust, aluminum dust, and some silicone dust. So I've got aluminum dust stored all over the freaking place, but that's okay because it's going to get pulled out of here anyways. So not too big of a deal. All that aluminum can just kind of hang out where it's at. And honestly, I think I could probably pull that drawer upgrade and put it somewhere that matters a little bit more. Like maybe this one right there that's getting a lot of stuff being stored into it. Went ahead and added another electrolyzer, right here. This one is getting salt dust exported from the ME system, and then I've got an entangled tank right here, and that is going to make me some chlorine, I believe, which is going to be used to make this hydrochloric acid. So we're going to have some hydrogen and some chlorine go together to make that, and then we're going to mix that with the chromium crushed dust to get some chromium hydrochloric solution. A nice thing about storage buses is that you can also use them for fluids. So I have a large tank hatch right here on my hydrogen storage, and I've got a storage bus connected up to that. And then right over here, I've actually got a chemical reactor being exported hydrogen. And then the chlorine from this guy is coming right over to that. And that's getting our hydrochloric acid right there, which I'm going to send right over to this chemical reactor because this isn't actually putting out any items. So I can just go ahead and say fluid auto extraction, put that right there. And then we're going to send our chromium crushed dust over to there, and that should go ahead and start getting us some of that chromium dust. And our last machine here for getting that chromium dust should be this electrolyzer right here. I'm going to go ahead and set this to output to the left. I'm going to say fluid auto extraction. That's going to send that over here, and for every 1000 chromium hydrochloric solution we get, we're going to get 3 chromium tiny dust, which I can turn into chromium dust. I went with these compacting drawers here, and that way I was able to basically automatically compacted into the dust instead of having the small dust or whatever, tiny dust. So both of those are in there. Obviously this chromium one is pretty slow. We're not getting a whole lot of that because this chlorine production's garbage. We need to figure out a better way. Maybe brine would be a better way to make it. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out because this only makes 125. If I do brine, it makes 2,000. So we may end up trying to go with that. That's distilled salt water. So we'd have to set up another oil thing, or actually we might could do that. Salt water and dust in a mixer, right? That'll get me 150 salt water. And then 4,000 salt water gets me 3,000 brine. I'd have to do some of the math on that to figure out, but it might be more worth it to do that. But I think we're also kind of running low on power, it looks like. So I'll probably end up throwing an MV. I thought I had an MV one down here. Yeah, I do. I'll probably just need to throw another one down there. So we'll see what we can do. But I mean, honestly, this is all set up pretty well. One thing that I didn't think about is that we do actually get byproduct of hydrogen and chlorine. So I'm going to use a low priority storage bus on this. So I'm going to set the priority to, I don't know, -1,000 or something like that. And what you'll see is that means that it will extract this from the system first. So where I've got that stuff being pulled out, the hydrogen being pulled out, and really I could go ahead and do a capacity card and have it pull out chlorine as well. It will pull from this first, then it will pull from the tanks. So if I go like that, it should pull out hydrogen as this thing does crafts instead of pulling from the tank. And then, like I said, I'll do a capacity card. I'll go ahead and show y'all that capacity card. I think I have one right here. I'll go ahead and show this on camera so that you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to have this pull chlorine, right? All right, so here's chlorine right there. We're going to have that pull chlorine, and I'm going to have that round robin. And now that will pull chlorine from out of this thing over into there, so that cycles around instead of just sitting there wasting itself away. And then lastly, I went ahead and added a filter to this blue atom pipe with manganese crushed dust coming over here. And I've got an export bus bringing in sulfuric acid. I put another storage bus over there on that tank so that we're able to do that with the ME system. And that is making us manganese sulfuric solution, which is coming into this electrolyzer and making us manganese tiny dust. Just that way we are outputting the max of our manganese stuff there. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that and just have that pull out of here, blacklist, and that should input right on into this drawer right there. And there we go. I'm going to add a mixer and then we'll get our stainless steel going. And with a couple export buses to make myself some nickel dust, and then another one right here filtered to all the ingredients, we've got our very first stainless steel dust. Now, of course, this is going to come out as hot stainless steel, so we're going to need a vacuum freezer in order to be able to use this stuff. So I went ahead and added an EBF over here. This one's going to be for making that hot stainless steel. So I've got an export bus right here, making stainless steel. I've got an NV steam turbine being turned into LV power going into this guy. That should go ahead and start putting some stainless steel in there. There we go. And it kicked off. And that'll get me some stainless hot ingots. So I'll go ahead and set an import bus on there. And I might as well go ahead and speed this guy up just a tad bit. Doesn't have to be super fast, but just a little bit, I figure. And that will go ahead and get me my very first stainless steel hot ingot, right? I should see stainless steel hot ingot right there. And then we're going to set another export bus over on our vacuum freezer, and that will go ahead and get me some of that stainless steel that we're looking for. And there we go, boys. Our vacuum freezer is up and running. I've got an exporter right here and an importer right here, making that stainless steel. And to go ahead and cap this thing off, I figure I might as well go ahead and put a roof on this little area we got here for our EBFs. And now for our stainless steel line, go ahead and get everything done there. Wow, we got a ton of stuff. I got some diesel generators and everything there. Let's actually go and look through this. But I want to thank y'all for all of the support lately on the channel. I even got a comment about telling me that I should put more videos out, and as much as I would love to, I don't think that I can do that right now. I work a full-time job, and I'm just not in a place in life where I'm able to put out, 100 videos a week. holy crap, we're getting like 1 billion quests out of this. But yeah, I mean, I really appreciate y'all's support on everything so far. And if y'all have been enjoying this series, definitely go and check out, if you're new, go ahead and check out the first however many episodes. And if you're new to the channel, go and check out my other series. I got All the Mods 9 going right now as well. Having a good time over there with that. But guys, I really appreciate y'all watching. I think I'm going to try and do some tutorials or tips videos on this mod pack also. Just a thing there. If y'all really love the channel, I do now have memberships available. They are 99 cents a month if you would like to go and be a channel member. You'll get access to my videos as soon as they come out. So as soon as I hit upload, usually that could be 12 hours to 2-3 days before the video actually comes out. So you get a little early access. You'll get a cool badge in the comments. Right now it's the default one, but I am planning to eventually make custom ones just whenever I get the time to. Again, time thing. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate all the support. Hope that y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next video. As always, take care, y'all. See you in the next one.